Hi everyone, it's Dr. Romani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism and narcissistic relationships. So today I'm going to put this out to you. Let me ask you what you think. What's the hardest question you will ever ask yourself in a narcissistic relationship? Drop it in the comments. What do you think that would be? What's the hardest question you would ever ask yourself in a narcissistic relationship? Okay, writing them down, getting them in the comments. Okay, here you go. Ready? Here's the hardest question. What do you like about the narcissistic person in your life? Simple question, right? So answer it. You're watching this channel most likely because you have or recently had a narcissistic relationship. What was it? What did you like about them? And you're like, it's a tough one, right? This is an exercise that I often have used with clients who are very clearly trauma bonded in their relationships, especially with romantic partners. Those relationships are good and bad, up and down, break up, make up, argue about the same thing repeatedly, avoid conflict, walk on eggshells, feel guilty. Mix all that up, what do you got? A toxic relationship. So the question I ask them, because because let me put it, they're clear that this is not healthy, that it's not good for them, that they're not even enjoying the relationship anymore, but they still keep going back. So I ask them, what do you like about them? And the kinds of answers, sometimes they're saying, I can't end it, all right? I love them. And sometimes I'll even ask you, what do you love about them? But really, I want to know, what do you like about them? Typically, I'll get crickets for a minute, a little bit of that uncomfortable shifting in the chair, looking off into the distance, a little bit of a pursing of the lips. And then I'll get an answer like, well, like, why does anyone like anyone, right? Like, yeah, I like them. I love them, right? To which I usually say, no, I really don't know. Tell me. That's why I ask the question. Or the other answer I'll get is, I don't know. It's just something. I don't know. It's like a connection, right? I don't know. I just like them. I just love them. Okay, okay. Or sometimes I like them because they get me. Then I ask, tell me more about that. What do you mean that they get me? And the answer I'll get back is, like I feel they get me, like they get me, like they understand me, and that's hard to find. I push back on that answer, and that's what I think I'm being paid for, to push people to get to have uncomfortable conversations. What do you mean? I still don't get. What do you mean they get you? And then it gets more uncomfortable. But when I ask people, what do you like about them? Sometimes people will say, well, we have some shared interests, shared origins. I don't know, we're both from Georgia, we're both from New York City, we both go to the same church, we both love our golden retriever, we're both science geeks and we love to geek out. So sometimes the answers are around a few shared rhythms, shared interests, shared professions, that kind of thing. But it still doesn't answer the question. You both have a golden retriever. Still doesn't answer the question. What do you like about them? It's an interesting exercise because for a minute, what I'd love for all of you to do is think about someone in your life who isn't antagonistic, who isn't narcissistic. What do you like about them? I'm guessing there the answers come flowing. Oh my gosh, what do I like about the laughter? We go on these adventures, they listen to me. I'm doing this right now and I'm thinking about my own favorite people. And my answers are things like, what do I like about them? Gosh, they're so kind and we've always been there for each other. And I feel so safe with them. And I think they feel the same about me. And we make each other laugh. They let me be without me. I don't feel judged. I can say what I need to, and not feel like it's ever going to be a thing. I look forward to seeing them. They don't mind that I like to play silly games on my phone. Um, they don't mind that, like, my idea of a fun Saturday night is like just going to bed early and playing my games on my phone. So when you cut to the core of it, the people we like them because we feel safe, happy, seen, heard, and cherished. We like people because we like ourselves with them. The stuff we like about someone is the stuff that makes a relationship last. The magical woo-woo, I don't know, it's just something magical about them. I don't know, that's the stuff that often makes you ruminate and self-devalue and live in the cycle of highs and lows. And when we are with the narcissistic people in our lives, in general, we don't like ourselves. We internalize their projected self-loathing, and that's not a good feeling. It's kind of almost like psychological body odor that sticks to our clothes, and we're like, I don't like how I smell right now. I don't like this. In trauma-bonded relationships, we don't know why we like a person. That's a real ringer. If you extend this out of intimate relationships and into family or friends, when people ask you, why do you like your narcissistic parent or your narcissistic siblings? Your answers may be a bit more forthright since you didn't choose them, right? You may literally say, I don't like my sister, their family, so I'm sort of stuck with them, or I don't like my mother, I'm stuck with them. There may be a frankness we're able to have when it's family. But some people who are still caught in the cognitively dissonant recognition may find this to be a difficult question. Some people will say, I like them because they're my family. Okay, but that really isn't a like thing. That's a fact thing, right? Asking yourself this simple question, what do you like about them, is really uncomfortable. It forces us to reckon with why are we hanging out with a person we don't like? It may take people to a place where they do admit, I don't like them. In fact, I can't stand them. But kids, house, money, job, culture, religion, fear, the list. That doesn't mean you like them. But that honesty, doing the deep dive, forcing yourself to answer the question, why do you like them? It becomes really important because it can start snipping away at some of those trauma bonds. By asking yourself this question, it's not meant to force you out of the relationship, but rather to break out of justification cycles that result in you blaming you. And yes, for some of you, maybe opening your eyes a little wider, and in some cases, perhaps even giving yourself permission to leave, or at least put up some really big boundaries. When you don't do this reckoning, really look into what it is you like, you can really break into a cycle of rationalization. But when you do admit it, you do get to dig a bit deeper. You may say, I don't like them. I guess I stay out of a sense of obligation, guilt, fear, hope, or my own fear that I'm going to be alone. That you own that the thing that is holding you back and can work on that. That's not easy, rather than believing that there's a there in your relationship. Radical acceptance is about the recognition that there isn't really a there, that you don't like them, or don't like much about the relationship, and are also scared about what that means. Those fears are human, but addressing those fears is what growth is about. So the simplicity of this is deceptive. This question, what do you like about them? It may be the hardest question you will ever ask yourself in this relationship. Give it a shot, and thanks again.